One change to the Manchester United lineup, beaten at Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. Promotion at right back for 19-year-old Wes Brown in preference to Philip Neville. Dennis Irwin and Roy Keane both played here 4 years ago. Peter Schmeichel sat it out in the stands that night because of the restrictions on foreign players that were enforced there.
Well, United couldn't have it better, really, could they? They're virtually at full strength. They've got the tried and trusted system. Roy Keane sitting in there. I think he's got a responsibility. He'll probably take care of Rivaldo.
Referee is from Austria. He's Günther Benko. It's still up nicely now. It's 10 weeks since their paths collided in that 6-goal epic at Old Trafford. Tonight the stakes are higher still. Barcelona simply must win. Almost caught up by Anderson in the opening moments. Manchester United know that the rewards for winning far outweigh the penalties of losing here tonight. They can gamble on victory in the knowledge that they still have another hand to play, and that success against Bayern in a fortnight's time will still take them into the last 8, whatever happens here tonight. Here is Rivaldo. Sergi. Giovanni. Crossed in towards Luis Figo, dealt with by Irwin. It's come out as far as Anderson, and Barcelona take the lead inside of a minute through Sonny Anderson. Dream start for them, catastrophic start for Manchester United. A goal in 50 seconds from Sonny Anderson for Barcelona. What a start!
Yes, well, we thought all the problems were going to be with United's defence. Sorry, with Barcelona's defence. United's defence have got themselves into a right tangle there.
Well, I do remember them conceding an even quicker goal to Juventus not too long ago and came back that night, but they've got a lot of work to do here now.
There's the ball tucked in, Figo goes in and presses, the header's never cleared, the tackle hasn't come in from Neville, and Sonny Anderson just gets enough space to get his shot in. It's a poor defensive effort, isn't it, that? From both the clearing header and also the very fact that Neville had a chance to clean it out as well.
Scholes going in strongly with Figo. York emerges with the ball, feeds Jesper Blomqvist. Support from Dennis Irwin. A real shaker for Manchester United in the opening minute. Beckham finds Blomqvist though. Towards Dwight York, knocked into Andy Cole. Clever turn by Cole, held up by Reisiger. Might come here for David Beckham. And hooked out of harm's way by a prostrate Michael Reisiger. Blomqvist with a cross though. This is Dennis Irwin for Manchester United, looking for an immediate reply. Scintillating start in the Nou Camp. Rivaldo on the break for Barcelona. Anderson the goal scorer. Neville got to him that time. It's Dwight York. Challenged by Sergi. Paul Scholes. Stepped away from Giovanni. Charged down by Sergi. Runs for Beckham. And now free for Giovanni. Gary Neville with a very calm header down to Roy Keane. Blomqvist losing out to Solades. Xavi to Rivaldo. Out to Zenden. Asked too much of him.
Yeah, well, they've certainly said go, haven't they, Barcelona? They pressed early on, just prior to the 30 seconds or so before the goal. Here it is again. I mean, he's all off balance there, Gary Neville. It really should have been stronger there.
It's a fantastic moment for Sonny Anderson, who has been frozen out by the arrival of Patrick Kluivert at Barcelona. He's starting a match for only the 6th time this season tonight, and that is his 4th goal in this season's Champions League, and that is the figure of the leading scorer in the competition at the start of the evening. Figo is down injured as Manchester United come forward with York. Tackled by Okanola, who's actually started alongside Reisiger at the heart of the defence with Solades at right back. Figo, though, will need some treatment. Barcelona's confidence was fragile, beaten 3 times in their last 4 games. The Knives have been out since Bayern won with a late goal here 3 weeks ago. But what a reply, what a start for them, a goal in 50 seconds from Sonny Anderson.
Yeah, but the irony of it all is, you know, it wasn't a classy goal at all, was it? It was just a ball tossed into the centre of the box. As I say, Dennis Irwin doesn't deal with the header properly, and Gary Neville really, he made a right pig's ear of trying to get the challenge in.
Like Barcelona, Manchester United were beaten at the weekend, but for only the 2nd time this season in 21 games. Their confidence, particularly in Europe, as high as their share prices. And a pretty harrowing start, the men in control. Figo has left us on a small truck to receive some treatment. My son would have a whale of a time on that. Okanoa forward. Rivaldo. Anderson now. Xavi. Sergi. Anderson. Turned out of harm's way by Keane. Okanoa. The game just taking a breath after a breathless start. Rivaldo trying to prop Barcelona again, winning a free kick. Quickly taken to Sonny Anderson. Rivaldo. Couldn't fool Gary Neville. Roy Keane. Longfist has Figo, who just returned to the field of play and ambushed Blomqvist. That can't be right. This is Rivaldo. They backed off him and he got his shot away, and Schmeichel had to make the save. Corner kick to Barcelona.
Well, what a talking point that would have been. Figo coming on, robbing Blomqvist, setting up Rivaldo, and only the outstretched arm of Schmeichel prevents a goal here. Worrying how they dropped off Rivaldo there, the Manchester United midfielder defenders, though.
Invited him to shoot. It towards Okanoa, the near post. It's 4-4, yes, for Blomqvist, who's able to play calmly into the path of Dwight York. Only Andy Cole upfield for the moment. Wes Brown is joining him on the far right-hand side. Manchester United just need to get some passes together and establish a rhythm and some momentum. Brown has given it away to Sergi. Xavi, who is younger even than Wes Brown, the youngest man on the field at 18, the diminutive figure at the heart of the Barcelona midfield.
Yeah, he was very impressive when he came on a sub at Old Trafford. When he sits in there, just in front of the 2 central defenders, gets the ball like he is here, changes the picture. Passes very, very bright, very sharp. 1 and 2 touch all the while.
Okanoa here is only 19 years of age. He's found Rivaldo. Figo taking over. This is Anderson. Figo again. Zenden available out on the left-hand side. Little test here for Wes Brown. Bono Zenden getting on the outside of him. Important headed by Roy Keane. Hit first time by Xavi.
I tell you what, at the moment they're running them ragged, Barcelona, aren't they? What they're doing to get extra men in midfield. United's midfield is quite spread out. You know, with Beckham and Blomqvist occupying the sort of wide areas. It's leaving 2 against 3 often in the middle, and they're exploiting that extra man at Barcelona.
Peter Schmeichel beaten before he touched the ball. York. Owen. Longfist back to Scholes. Now Keane. Guided into Andy Cole. And to David Beckham. Wes Brown offering him an alternative on the outside. Beckham instead trying to find Scholes, who was stretching to reach it though. Pass asked too much of him. Manchester United are rather stretched to get here. There are 5 in the Barcelona counter, and Rivaldo is on the ball. Pushing to the path of Sergi. Pulled back for Giovanni. Could have been worse for Manchester United, that a lot worse. Dennis Irwin made a fine challenge on Giovanni. Anderson though to Figo. Too long for Giovanni this time. Zenden. Head away is by King. In first time by Solana's Manchester United under siege.
What's happening an awful lot, you know. Keane gets back in amongst the two centre-halves, usually running towards his own goal, and he's getting little half-headers out. I think that's the area Yapstam, if that's his role, big, strong, central, dominating centre-half. He's fronting the ball up, he's got to go and face it and start clearing out a little bit. I mean, they're only getting little glancing headers out from defence. The goal was a prime example of that. Dennis Irwin's little glancing header.
Alex Ferguson looks like he wants to do some sorting now. We've had only 10 minutes. Barcelona have scored and have had a couple of other opportunities. Handball by Figo.
Clive, I think what he might be saying, I think he might be asking his midfield to narrow down. The two wide men have got to sort of go in a bit narrow and maybe give Keane and Scholes a bit more support to try and establish a little bit of mastery.
Gary Neville's free kick. Dennis Irwin has gone forward. Luis Figo has gone back with him.
That's where you sometimes wonder in a situation like this, you know, whether the tandem of, say, Keane and Butt are a better combination. You know, two natural dogs, if you like, in midfield, winning the ball.
Roy Keane, you call it that. Ball did go out of play. It's a throw-in now to Barcelona. 3 matches have already been played in the Champions League today because of the weather conditions in Northern Europe. In Group C, Spartak Moscow 0, Sturm Graz 0 is the final score. Sturm Graz first point in that group. The big match there tonight is in Milan, Inter versus Real Madrid. Zenden breaking for Barcelona. Rivaldo couldn't quite turn away from Gary Neville, who did just enough. Got some help too from Paul Scholes. Cole, rather loose one from him. This is Sergi. Figo. Good challenge by Irwin. Scholes rather unfortunate to knock it against Dennis Irwin. Brown's header finds Beckham. Hooked on towards Dwight York. Reisiger, the covering defender. Throwing to Manchester United. Another final score, most importantly, in Group E, in Arsenal's group. Dynamo Kiev 2, Panathinaikos 1. So Kiev go to the top of that group for now, and Arsenal must beat Lens at Wembley tonight to match their 8-point total going into the final round of matches in a fortnight's time. Dynamo Kiev 2, Panathinaikos 1, a final score. Rivaldo. Free kick to Barcelona. We will be keeping the Arsenal score from you this evening because we have extensive highlights of the match from Wembley on ITV at 10:55 this evening. We'll give you a peep at half-time and full line of the score lines. If you don't want to know, just look away from the screen. Maybe one or two Manchester United fans are looking away at the moment. Under pressure here. Irwin on Figo, conceding the latest free kick. Just chance for me to give you the final score of the afternoon matches. It's Helsinki 1, PSV Eindhoven 3. And it does mean now that if Kaiserslautern can get a point in Benfica, in Lisbon tonight against Benfica, Kaiserslautern will qualify tonight. Free kick to Barcelona, who are very much on the up here, and a yellow card for not retiring. I don't know if it was Blomqvist, Irwin or both. It's actually not going to matter too much. It's a first for both of them. And at the end of the group stages, the yellow cards are wiped off, so neither can be suspended for the quarter-finals. Manchester United have got to reach them first. Figo's free kick, heading behind by Gary Neville. I think it is a throw-in.
I think at this moment in time, Alex Ferguson would set for reaching half-time with the score as it stands at the moment. Maybe regroup, because at the moment they're getting pulled all over the place. Barcelona are bright, they're sharp, they're passing the ball about very swiftly, and they're pressing the United player. As soon as the United player gets possession, they press them very quickly. Barcelona lead with a goal from Sonny Anderson scored in the first minute of the match. And they've been on top since that moment. Solades with a cross. Deflected away as far as Beckham. It's come for Chevy.
Figo didn't see Blomqvist this time.
There's a mix-up again. Keane and Stam going for the same ball. Stam should be dictating from the back there and saying, my ball, clear him out the way. He's there as the big header in the team.
Michael Reisiger, the Dutch World Cup right back, playing at the heart of the Barcelona defence tonight, alongside another right back, Okanowo. Marking York here, on by Blomqvist. Header is by Reisiger. This is Okanowo. Strong for Scholes. Zenden has managed to pick his pocket, but Stam was in with a firm challenge. On by Sergi. It's Zenden who's on the run. Brown able to shepherd it back towards Peter Schmeichel. Manchester United just haven't made a start in the game yet.
You know, it makes you wonder whether they have been lulled a little bit by some of the adverse publicity that Barcelona have been getting. It was certainly a surprise element the way Barcelona came out the blocks.
Cole. Blomqvist. Now Keane. Wasn't the best of passes for Brown, and there's an offside flag against Andy Cole.
You mentioned earlier about the Juventus when they were one down early on. I also remember them, where was it, Bayern Munich, when they went down early on and lifted the game a little bit. They grew from that. Now, sometimes think United are better when they're having to drive the game, but they certainly haven't shown. They showed a little flurry after the goal, but at the moment it looks as if they're struggling like anything to get the game back together.
They beat Juventus 3-2 at Old Trafford just over a year ago after conceding a goal in the opening minute. And were 2-1 up with moments to go in Munich in the match that Ron was referring to. Zenden under pressure from Brown, running into Beckham outnumbered. Beckham kept it in. This is Keane. Zenden had the level of David Beckham after the ball had gone. Cole's header. Here is Beckham, who had an outstanding match against Barcelona at Old Trafford in September.
I was looking at Sergio, who's one of the great attacking fullbacks in Europe, loves driving the game forward, but doesn't like having to defend. Beckham gave him a right chasing, and I can remember Gillespie last season absolutely destroying him up at Newcastle.
This is Xavi. Luis Figo, Portuguese international, taking on Ireland's Dennis Irwin and beating it. Blomqvist is the cover. Figo's beaten him too. It's Luis Figo. Cut out in the end by Gary Neville, but Manchester United were exposed once more.
Yeah, they're living on a knife edge. I mean, the tackle of Blomqvist, or the attempted tackle of Blomqvist here, was an apology. You can't just go to ground against a player of Figo's quality.
Rivaldo takes the corner. Flicked on by Luis Figo. Awkward for Peter Schmeichel, but it looped over the head of Giovanni, who caught Schmeichel as he was bowling the ball out. See his reaction, but Manchester United have the ball with Blomqvist finding York. Now Brown joining in, a little bit more promise about this Manchester United attack. Beckham. 4 in the box. Driven in towards Scholes, cleared though by Reisiger. This is Beckham again. There's an offside flag anyway.
See, that's good work by Figo. That's his good at. He's left Irwin for dead. But watch Blomqvist's apology there. You can't just give yourself up against a player like that.
It was the offside that was given against 2 Manchester United players a moment ago. Stam wants to let that run to Schmeichel. Anderson didn't. Schmeichel managed to take charge. He sat in the stands here 4 years ago because of those problems that Manchester United were encountering with their foreign contingent. Sat alongside Eric Cantona, I remember, who was completing a suspension that evening, and Eric Cantona is here again tonight as the guest of Manchester United. This is Sonny Anderson, played back by Gary Neville to Peter Schmeichel, who had time with Rivaldo closing in. Good tidy work by Neville again. This is Brown. Offside against Andy Cole.
Tell you what, Clive, there's no way in the world they can be casual at the back like that, because Barcelona are inviting them to have possession, and as soon as it's into, say, one of the back players, they go on pressing very, very quickly, and it was actually responsible for the goal in a way. It led to the pressure that was built up on them, and I just get the feeling that Manchester United are living dangerously at the back when they get a little bit casual with the ball.
Got a glimpse of Jordi Cruyff, who also played in that game 4 years ago, but not for Manchester United. He's not available to Manchester United this evening because of injury. Rivaldo. Dispossessed by Scholes. Free kick has gone Manchester United's way. Takes. Header is by Sergi. Giovanni. Rivaldo. Switching the point of the direction of the attack and inviting Sergi to come forward. Brown is the defender. West Brown did well. Kept his eye on the ball, but the cost is a corner kick.
Yeah, and I think it's very important. I mean, the Man United lads will have known that because the club has done their homework. When Sergi's in that position, you've got to keep him on his left side. You must push him out on the left. He loves diving back in on his right foot.
Okanowo is on the near post. Giovanni, the number 10, is probably the biggest threat here. Held in by Luis Figo, headed by Dwight York. Only as far as Xavi.
Another one of those headers, they're going to get punished again if they keep doing that. You know, those little half headers, they've got to get distance on them. They've got to clear the players that are ringing the box.
Bender Okanowo, young Nigerian international. Looking forward to the score of the goal in the opening minutes. Sonny Anderson being to it by Gary Neville this time. Rather anxious clearance by Peter Schmeichel. He announced his retirement 2 weeks ago, and since then 6 goals have gone past him in a little over 2 games.
I think he was very casual there, but I think it actually got a bad bobble just as he went to kick it.
Xavi, who just keeping Barcelona ticking over, he's found Sergi. Flicked in towards Luis Figo, who was offside.
You know, you see Barca with so many changes in the side as they are tonight, and you wonder how they've got so few points in the group.
Cole trying to get in behind Reisiger. It's a good turn by Andy Cole. We try to go past him again. Wes Brown was up inside the penalty area along with Dwight York. Instead, Barcelona can break in behind Wes Brown now with Zenden. And this is Rivaldo, and he's played it into Sonny Anderson. He's onside, and Schmeichel had to make a very good save. Smart work by the Manchester United keeper, quickly off his line, using his huge frame to block out the line in front of Anderson. But despite his looks towards the linesman on the near side, no flag, great chance for Barcelona.
But still better presence. He's not offside, he's held his run, ball slotted through just to the right. And full marks to the big Dane. That'll have done him a power of good, that. That'll get his adrenaline flowing.
Corner dealt with by York.
And you just get the feeling with, you know, sometimes, I've said this before, sometimes things trigger a side off, whether it's a surging run from midfield, whether it's a great save by the keeper or something like that. And United look at this moment in time as if they need a big lift, a big adrenaline lift, if you like.
didn't register a single shot on target here 4 years ago. They're one down at this stage. They conceded a crucial second right on the stroke of half-time, never recovered from it. Blomqvist though to York. Great chance. Dwight York, 1-1. Manchester United's first threat on the Barcelona goal produces a priceless goal for Dwight York. What an impact he's had. He has now scored in 4 Champions League games in a row.
Well, they're looking for inspiration. They've got it. I mean, that is a phenomenal thing to happen for them. Full marks to Blomqvist for his pass, though, a measured pass into Yorkie's run. Yorkie's shots just, well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's the pass, measured inside. His first touch is excellent. Opens his body out, hits it a little bit earlier, but drills it where the keeper's got no price. Pick that one out.
Fantastic tonic for Manchester United, provided by Dwight York. A fantastic fee was paid for him, but his return so far, 11 goals in 17 matches. What an impact he's made in only his second full season in European football. It's a goal that has come against the run of play, a goal that's come out of nothing really, and that may just be the turning point. But here's Zenden though, Stam across.
This is that 2v2 situation I've talked about.
York against Reisiger and Cole against Okanoa off the ball.
More people back afterward, but it's there if they can break early enough.
Earl to Blomqvist. Sonny Anderson is back there, and he just managed to bump Dennis Irwin around the ball out of play.
I just wonder, Clive, how valuable, we talk about Yorkie's goal being priceless, how valuable that save was from the big fella at the other end. All seems to have, from looking their barrel at 2-0, or even Stevens now, and he's had his critics. There he goes again. You'll not get tired of seeing that. It was the first Yorkie's touch. A great measured pass from Blomqvist was brilliant.
It's Manchester United's 50th goal of this season, just their 22nd game. Leading goal scorers in the Champions League, leading goal scorers in the Premiership. Never a dull moment with them. Blomqvist looking for Cole. Headed away by Okanoa.
I'm surprised they played Okanoa in the middle of the defence. Really, it's a big responsibility, isn't it? Seems as he's taken to it quite well.
Zenden. Xavi. Sergi. Giovanni. Rivaldo. Xavi. Out to Zenden. Sergi is providing him with some support down that flank. Instead it's Xavi, always available. Clipped in towards Giovanni, and Gary Neville did just enough. Well, Barcelona must be gutted. They've run the game. Team really looking for a springboard for the rest of their season. They've had the smile wiped off their faces by the ever-smiling Dwight York.
But that's what class players can do, can't they? I mean, there hadn't been a suggestion that United were going to be any threat at all, and yet the move was a very, very high-class move.
Rivaldo. Fancies his chances. Straight at Schmeichel. There's the 2-on-2 that you were talking about. Cole has found York. There is some cover now. York has broken the challenge of Okanoa, and he's turned Sergi, and he's got past Okanoa. It's Dwight York. Reisiger came across, and it needed the third defender to stop him.
But what it will as well, once Yorkie starts doing that and produces that and starts running the other side of the defender, it may just mean that one of the fullbacks will think, hang on a bit, we better stay and be a little bit of insurance for the two central defenders.
Another gripping encounter developing between Manchester United and Barcelona. Sonny Anderson scored in the opening minute for the home team. Dwight York equalised after 25 minutes. Just a minute earlier, Anderson was clean through and was stopped by Peter Schmeichel. Solardis. Useful cross, almost a chance for Anderson, wouldn't come for Rivaldo, it will for Figo, and terrific double save by Schmeichel as Rivaldo came in. Wonderful stop by the Manchester United goalkeeper. Not so much that he managed to beat away the initial effort, but that he responded and punched away the loose ball. Solardis for Barcelona. It's a goal kick. Hats off to Peter Schmeichel. Maybe he'll reconsider.
Oh, this was vintage. I mean, you might have just questioned, should he have hung on to it? But once it's there, that's a goal. You're counting a goal there. And the secondary reaction work from Schmeichel was magnificent.
This was Dwight York twisting and turning at the other end of the field a moment or so ago. And it needed Michael Reisiger to check his progress. And it's happening at both ends of the field now. It wasn't happening in the Barcelona penalty area until York scored, and the save, particularly the one that Schmeichel made from Anderson just before the equaliser.
Once again, I was talking about how inspirational that save might have been to the rest of the team. It's probably been very inspirational to the goalkeeper as well, you know. I mean, he drew from that one, and I mean, how he's made that second take. He didn't look too clever on the first touch, I didn't think at all. I thought he looked a little bit sluggish. His secondary reaction now is phenomenal.
Schmeichel's clearance towards Beckham. One in the air by the diminutive Sergi.
I think Beckham's playing too wide too early. I think I'd like to see Beckham tucked in a little bit and get his own space. A bit like Figo does at the other end of the field.
He had his hand kicked off there, Schmeichel.
But at the moment there's so much going on, you can't take your eyes off it, can you?
Beckham. Curled in towards Andy Cole. Well, he managed to steal half a yard on Michael Reisiger there. He was in front of the near post, he had to make it work a little bit. It was Cole, not York, who had the goal-bound effort.
It's a super ball in from Beckham. I think certain days when Cole would have tucked that one away. And I think he is a good finisher, by the way. He doesn't score the number of goals he's got without being a good finisher, but I think he could have done better with that one.
Handball by Scholes, just knocked up against his arms really as much as anything by Rivaldo. It was self-preservation from poor Scholes. Zenden. Brown just managed to get to him. It's cost Manchester United a corner again, but it's a good contest. As Brown's playing against a winger who performed for Holland in the World Cup semi-final, let's not forget. Rivaldo with the corner. Giovanni jumping in front of Keane, couldn't make contact. This is Xavi. Reisiger. Brown doing well again, just holding his frame in front of Michael Reisiger. More of an American football style block from Wes Brown. The contact with the ball, won it. Sergi, that's awkward for him. He's managed to drag it away from Dwight York.
Yeah, visions then. You thought if York could have gone full blast there, he might have nicked that off Sergi.
Rivaldo to Zenden. Rivaldo trying to hook it into the path of Figo, but found only Irwin. Keane rather dangerously back to Irwin. Scooped it away from Beckham accurately enough. Now Scholes. York making a nice peeling run out to the right-hand side. Beckham has made a great run down the inside right channel. Instead it's angled in towards Andy Cole, trying to flick it into the path of David Beckham. Nice idea. Giovanni to Rivaldo, though. Stamp cutting it out.
Tell you where the way both sides are going at it now. The game is so stretched from end to end. You know, it's been played at a tempo as well.
There are 11 minutes of the first half remaining. It looks like there are 11 minutes of the second half remaining. The game has almost that desperation about it now. It's fantastic. York to Key. Scholes. Swung out to Blomqvist on the left-hand side. Irwin in support. Heading for Rudhes, the Dutchman between the Barcelona posts. Javi, who's born and bred Barcelona, out to Luis Figo on the right-hand side. Free kick has been given.
Yeah, he's held his discipline well in the first half, Luis Figo. He stayed out on this right-hand side, played a little bit orthodox. Went in once on a diagonal. He's unlucky there, Irwin.
Schmeichel dealing with a free kick. Wonderful atmosphere inside the Nou Camp Stadium now. Barcelona in front of the opening minute through Sonny Anderson. The equaliser against the run of play from Dwight York after 25 minutes, but Manchester United have responded well since then. Gary Neville rolled into Andy Cole. Paul Scholes has managed to dig it out for Gary Neville. Wes Brown is making a forward run. Instead it was angled towards York. Okanowo cut it out quite comfortably. But Irwin has won it back and has Blomqvist to his left. Jesper Blomqvist. Needed a cross to clear the first man. He's rather fortunate to get away with the consolation prize of a corner at the other end of the field. This was Rivaldo looking for Giovanni, who felt he got a nudge from Gary Neville. Just part and parcel of the push and shove of the penalty area. Quickly taken by Beckham. He's got it back from Blomqvist. Left it in towards Roy Keane. Wes Brown, in actual fact, it was who got forward. Stam and Brown went up together. Keane was there too. Blomqvist was not picked up from the short corner, taken by Beckham. This is Rivaldo for Barcelona. Xavi. Luis Figo. Crossed in towards Rivaldo, came off Gary Neville. But Alex Ferguson did say no visiting team can come to the Nou Camp as a favourite. 17 times Barcelona have entertained English club sides here down the years, and only one has ever won. That was Liverpool in a UEFA Cup semi-final in the mid-70s, won by a single John Toshak goal. Luis Figo with the corner, well held by Peter Schmeichel. 15 of the other 16, incidentally, have been beaten here, including 2 defeats for Manchester United. Blomqvist. Well, Cole was making an angled run, and he's got to it too. He needs some support now, Andy Cole. He was second favourite then against Salades. He's come all the way back to Roy Keane. Good persistent work by Cole. This is Beckham. Now Brown. Scholes. Keane. Beckham has gone on now. Trying to clip it through to Andy Cole. Sergi cut it out. Here comes the counter-attack. Led inevitably by Rivaldo. Good run past Roy Keane though.
Vital challenge that. If he goes past Roy Keane there, the whole left flank was looking at him, but it's still there.
Figo. Now Sergi. Forward across to header away. It's by Roy Keane. It's got in front of Sonny Anderson.
I think Alex Ferguson, one of the things, let's see this one through first, Clive.
It's Giovanni.
I'm going to say, I think if Alex Ferguson, one of the things you'll be saying to his players at half-time, I know it's hard because they're playing it and moving it, playing with high mobility, but they are getting in too many crosses. And when the ball's in wide areas, you've seen United players go to the ball and then stop about 5 or 6 yards short and allow the cross to go in.
I think Nicky Butt is just putting an extra layer on because it is a pretty brisk evening in Catalonia. I don't think his arrival is imminent. This was Giovanni in full flight a moment or so ago. There was, despite the fancy stuff, no end product. Keane has found Cole onside, in behind Barcelona. York and Blomqvist for company. Dwight York with the header! Well, he tried to guide it, and it just couldn't quite hang long enough, I think, to steer the header in the way that he wanted. He maybe got a little bit too crafty with it. Good chance.
It was a good chance. Good spotted from Andy Cole as well. Andy Cole, I don't think people realise the amount of good running he makes. You mentioned earlier about when he went onto the one from Blomqvist, and that was a good running behind the defender to set that play up.
Approaching the last 5 minutes of another fascinating first half.
Tell you what, it's flown away, hasn't it? It seems to have just flown this first half.
Strong challenge by Stam. The youthful Barcelona substitutes looking on. Very little experience for Louis van Gaal to call on from the bench. 2 of the 5 substitutes he's named have never played for the club. This is Figo. It's a poor challenge by Blomqvist. One assumes that if Blomqvist was given a yellow card when he refused to retire in the wall, then he's riding his luck a bit here.
Yeah, Figo's making it both hard for him and Dennis Irwin. He's running at them, he's driving in between players at times. That's a tumble job, that's a forward trying to get back at the ball.
Nothing violent about the challenge really, but it stopped Figo in his tracks, and Blomqvist is a little fortunate not to be carded. Rivaldo is the man standing over the ball. Michael was able to allow it to bounce through, and then he's going to have a good yell at somebody.
The referee cautioned him earlier about that, about chattering to his defenders.
The referee's having a word with him again now. Alex Ferguson looking a little anxious.
The referee wants to be careful. He didn't get the blast in a minute. There he goes, that curling one in there. It's an ugly ball in there. Big goal he's left it. He knows where he is.
Giovanni. Figo has made a run in off his flank.
I think if it stays like this and they're chasing the game a bit second half, Barcelona, I think you'll see Figo go more and more driving into central areas. That's really started the run against in the Old Trafford game.
Rivaldo. Figo's infield again, but Owen came between him and Anderson, and now Yorker's fed from Cole. Turn fed Blomqvist. Played back to Paul Scholes. Okanoa it was who managed to block it with the outstretched leg. I think Paul Scholes quite got hold of it, but it was a useful shooting opening. Given away by Keane unusually to Xavi. Now Figo. Anderson is making a break. Keane makes it back to him, and Roy Keane is going to be carded here.
Yeah, you were just looking at that and you wondered the next one that brought Figo down was going to be in trouble. Unfortunately for Keane, it's probably the first time he's brought him down.
Rivaldo is injured too. Just to recap, we have had 3 results in the Champions League already today. Matches played in Northern Europe, where the weather is particularly severe. Spartak Moscow 0, Sturm Graz 0, Dynamo Kiev 2, Panathinaikos 1, HJK Helsinki 1, PSV Eindhoven 3. All results.
Just thinking there, Clive, when you're reading the results out, you saw a playback of Keane's challenge, and looking at that, you wonder now why players haven't learned. I mean, he couldn't possibly get to the ball, and he knows he's putting himself on offer. There's no real danger. The player's in the centre circle. He knows he's putting himself on offer for a booking. And I think that's something with the charter of tackling from behind and so forth. I think players would sort of be a little bit brighter with that.
Xavi. There's been the dictionary definition of brightness tonight. Saladas.
There's another one of those crosses. And Saladas, Dennis Irwin's got to get closer to Saladas on those. I mean, Saladas isn't a great attacking player. He's useful, but no in the world should he be producing balls like that against them.
Keane played into traffic. Away by Stam in no-nonsense fashion. Okanoa will guide the ball back. Quite a rise for the young man on the ball. Only came from West Africa a year or so ago. Will have 3 minutes of added time. 19 years of age, spotted playing in the World Youth Championships in Portugal a couple of years back, came from the aptly named Shooting Stars Club. Basel. Beckham. Towards Andy Cole. Reisiger is the defender. Ooh, did the corner. In fact, it almost bounced. Well, in actual fact, it's bounced against him because it's Barcelona throw.
That's a first-class example of what I was talking about earlier with Cole. The sort of, if you like, the thankless running he does behind defenders. Keeping defenders under pressure, keeping them at stretch.
Give it away to Roy Keane. Crossed it towards Dwight York. It's a great chance for York. Oh, and somehow Okanoa recovered, having missed the cross initially. Blomqvist. Blocked by Salades. Well, Dwight York had his finger on the trigger and was ready to hit the target again. And from nowhere, Okanoa recovered. Handball by Figo. Scholes. York trying to slip it through to Cole. Sergi came between them. Barcelona on the counter with Rivaldo. Pushed it too far ahead of him. Gary Neville picked it off. Was he a bit casual there, Dwight York?
No, I'll tell you what I think happened there. I think, you know, the one he had earlier, the loop he had earlier, I got the impression he tried to learn from that. He's offside there, come from an offside position. I got the impression he tried to learn from that, you know, and he was half tempted to head it back. I think it was Scholes was fronting him up, but then he's pulled it down. I think you've got to give full credit to the defender, I think.
Here's Cole. Manchester United breaking again. It's Blomqvist. York is free in the centre. Couldn't quite reach it. It's David Beckham, though. Might still come for York. Hit Okanoa, and Sergi heads away.
I'll tell you what, if York hadn't been having time out there, he might have had a golden opportunity there when Beckham's shot ricocheted.
Well, Manchester United are creating chances now. Nothing really for 20-25 minutes until York scored. But now giving every bit as good as they're getting.
This is where Wes Brown's going to learn. He's done it well. He's jumped. He's made a good challenge there. But I think he's just got to focus on the ball with Zenden. One of the early runs of Zenden's, he turned Brown inside out, but he's not done it since. You know, that's good. That's picking up the game well. They've got to be careful with Figo, you know, when they're challenging him, when they Clive.
How many times have they found him?
Well, I got a feeling if they're not careful, one of them's going to go about this. And I'm not sure that he doesn't. I don't think he does make a meal of them, Figo. I think, you know, he dribbles and at his pace and that he's entitled to go over when people are challenging him.
Giovanni with a shot, deflected. Schmeichel managed to reach it, prevented the corner. I don't think it was goal bound. I was going for a corner.
Yeah, but it's nice to see him alive and bright and strong and positive.
Figo with a little flick. Rivaldo. Now Figo. It might break for Zen, and Neville got in a challenge. It's a corner kick. Figo could have fed Zenden in actual fact. Felt he could surge through himself.
Your heart's in your mouth, you know, every time he drives infield there, because I've seen him in the past. He can whack a ball, he can produce a shot. That's a very strong challenge. Good one as well.
Rivaldo. Header away is by Gary Neville. Salades charged down by Blomqvist, the last action of another pulsating encounter. They just never seem to disappoint, these two. The blue touch paper lit by Sonny Anderson after just 50 seconds, giving Barcelona the lead. Dwight York got the equaliser against a run of play for Manchester United after 25 minutes. They've been excellent since the entertainment point of view, hopefully. Barcelona's 2 defeats to Bayern Munich in the last month. Their history now, nothing can change the results, but they did create chances in both those games. They did have goals disallowed in both those games. Their problems are with their injury-ravaged defence. Since the Champions League campaign began at Old Trafford, they've kept just one clean sheet in 14 games now. You need a £35 million strike force when you're as generous as they are. Here is that strike force combining again. Zender. And it needed a good intervention from Gary Neville to prevent an even earlier goal in the second half. Goal kick. Presumably a foul on Neville by Rivaldo. Well, maybe it came off Rivaldo. Don't spar much these two, they get on with it.
I think to make a point though, in defence of those defenders, the Barcelona ones, you know, they get absolutely no protection at all, do they, from anybody else in the team. They're left to deal, particularly the central defenders, are left to deal with the game themselves. That's a lovely little spin.
Cole to York. Just outnumbered. Reisiger was who cleared. Giovanni to Rivaldo, the man whom Alex Ferguson was fingering during that little half-time team talk that we got from him. Xavi.
So that's the only little fella in the side that's got any defensive issue. Oh, he's got to be careful, Des Irwin. He's got to be patient, he's getting something here.
It's going to be a yellow card here for Dennis Irwin. Just assuming that it is his first of the match. He was in the wall with Lundqvist when Lundqvist was cautioned earlier on in the game. I just wondered whether the card had been waved in Irwin's direction at the same time. Clearly it hadn't. That is his first yellow. Still with us. Manchester United picked up 3 in the game. Keane is the other one. Giovanni. In towards Figo. Irwin used his body well there. He was left back here 4 years ago. And it's Risto Stoichkov who played over on that side against him. Dennis Irwin is now the only survivor at the club from the Manchester United squad which faced Barcelona in the final of the Cup Winners' Cup in 1991. He played right back that night in Rotterdam. All the other 10 who played and the 5 who were on the bench have all left Old Trafford since then. Rivaldo. Quite at the angle right for Anderson. You can see what Rivaldo is looking for all the time. He has a left foot capable of producing it. Cole, good determined play from him. York. Behind Scholes. Nice pass though for Beckham, picking up the pace of the attack again. York back to Beckham. He's still bending that, and Andy Cole is there. And it was a good header back across the face of goal. Not such a good header from Reisiger. Scholes to Blomqvist. Nobody really anticipated that Cole was going to reach that, because I don't think anybody anticipated that the cross would stay in play. Blomqvist. Saladis is the defender. Blomqvist has tricked him. It's Dwight York. Still! Over from York.
That's a good chance. That's a good chance. Andy Cole helped him very much there, helped people off and allowed York to get his own space there. All out of a something nothing cross really from Lundqvist. He's holding defenders away. He's got plenty of time to get a strike in at this level. I'd have expected him to have scored there. Certainly hit target.
Andy Cole turning away from Reisiger, couldn't quite run through Okanoa. Scholes' challenge is a little bit heavy. Giovanni went down. Referee has thought and now he's yellow carded Paul Scholes. Well, we've had an early threat on both goals here in the Nou Camp, but in the Olympic Stadium in Munich there has been a goal at the start of the second half. It's now Bayern Munich 1, Brøndby 0, and Carsten Janker, the big centre forward, has got the goal for Bayern Munich. There are 1 or 2 permutations, and it's far from impossible that the second place team in this group will qualify for the last 8. But in very simplistic terms tonight, if Manchester United can beat Barcelona here, a draw will do against Bayern Munich in a fortnight's time. If they don't, and if, as we expect, Bayern Munich beat Brøndby, then Manchester United will have to beat Bayern Munich in a fortnight's time to win the group. It's Luis Figo. Giovanni. Keane is in the way. This is Beckham. York. Now Scholes. Far more fluency about Manchester United's attacking play at the start of the second half compared to the first. Blomqvist's geography wasn't too good there. One back though, well by Blomqvist. Scholes. Paul Scholes! Couldn't resist. Hit with plenty of power, but just curving away from the left-hand post of Ruud Hess. Barcelona have another injury problem. It's Xavi who's down.
Oh, credit to Scholes, though. He saw the opening, he went for it, he drove, he was positive. Because his first intention was to play the ball back into the path of Blomqvist, but as soon as the defence backed off him, he went for the heart of them. And if they keep inviting Paul Scholes like they did York to get shots in, they'll score.
Keane. Beckham. Keane looking for York, cut out by Giovanni. York might still make something of it. Reisiger is there though for Barcelona. Michael Reisiger on the ball has actually got a crack in his cartilage in his right knee, and some days he can hardly move, some days he moves fluently. Just they were hoping and praying that Reisiger here would be okay to play today. So they had really nobody else to play at the heart of the defence. Rivaldo at the heart of the action again. Such a strong player as well as such a skillful player, difficult to shift off the ball. Giovanni has found Figo. Better defending from Blomqvist. Stam in bravely. Figo will have felt that challenge. Scholes to Cole. Now York. Beckham. Keane. Oh, well left by York. Fed by Cole. Back to Andy Cole from Dwight York. Fantastic goal for Manchester United. 8 minutes of the second half gone. Andy Cole the scorer. The combination between Cole and York was out of this world. Marvellous goal. Oh, they look made for each other.
Yeah, how many times we've seen them since they've been paired together do that little movement where the first one dummies over it, goes into the path of the second player, and that's a measured pass from York. Your first time ball, played early, straight into Cole's path. There's the little dummy, the little play back, and this is where he catches them. He plays his second pass early, catches the defender on the wrong foot. Good first touch, well tucked away. Brilliant goal. That's as good a goal as you'll see in Europe this week, though. That's classical.
Dwight York actually made his debut for Manchester United alongside Andy Cole at West Ham in August. Then the combination was split. But they came back together at the start of last month, and in the 10 matches they've played together since then, the partnership has come up with 15 goals for Manchester United.
And I tell you what, sitting up here, because we've seen them so much in recent weeks play together, as soon as the first ball's fed in, you knew automatically that he was going to dummy, didn't you?
Sergio's won a corner kick, meanwhile from David Beckham. Ruud Hess was a helpless spectator. And these two great friends, and they really have struck up a partnership on and off the field, got their act together so sweetly, so slickly, and to such effect. Rivaldo with a corner though. Headed away by Dwight York. Zender. Rivaldo. Down to Luis Figo. Got in the challenge. This has gone Manchester United's way.
That's the ball, the instant ball pass. Catches Terry Spell in the middle of no man's land there.
Manchester United in front. Andy Cole, 8 goals in 10 matches since his recall to the side at the start of October, and certainly not going to quibble with the view of the England coach on the finishing prowess of Andy Cole. But he is reborn in the last few weeks. He didn't figure against Barcelona at Old Trafford, didn't play in Munich either. and it didn't look as if he was going to be the man selected to partner Dwight York. Ollie Solskjaer got a chance, Teddy Sheringham got a chance, but they're two of the first names down on the team sheet now. Cole, who was in the England squad until April, missed out on the World Cup, figured in the training squad at the start of the season, has only got to carry on doing that to attract everybody's attention.
I wonder whether Alex is considering maybe bringing off, I know it's a hard one to call, but maybe bringing off Dennis Irwin. You know, Figo's making life very hard for him, and you just wonder if there's a second booking round the corner somewhere.
Philip Neville, of course, is on the bench.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that might be a good option at this moment of time.
Barcelona free kick. Manchester United a long way from home yet. Austrian referee has got the ball back where he wants it. It's Rivaldo. Oh, deflected! And Barcelona are level. Schmeichel lost the flight of it completely. Rivaldo has equalised with 12 minutes in the second half gone. Well, what happened to his free kick? Schmeichel doesn't know.
Well, certainly Schmeichel set off to as if he was going to go across the other way.
I don't know if it was deflected.
I don't think it was. I think Schmeichel has read the script that he's going to play to his left hand, because that's where Schmeichel's left the big space, and I think he's just genuinely wrong-footed him.
Oh,
he has. He's genuinely wrong-footed. Schmeichel's actually moved, you know, I think, before he's kicked this. He's given him time to change his mind.
Well, it's Rivaldo's first goal in this particular European campaign. He's been scoring quite freely in Spanish league football recently. That's 5 in his last 6 games now. But in a little psychological war before the ball was struck there with Peter Schmeichel, he was a clear winner. He's on the ball again, Rivaldo. It's 2-2. Now Giovanni. Fair challenge by Stam. Big challenge by Stam. Beckham swept forward towards Wes Brown. Held up by Sergi. Manchester United throw. Sergi thinks it should go the other way. Dwight York. Brown played back to Beckham. Keane. Cole. Good spin by Cole. Trying to place. Goes in! Fantastic opportunities Manchester United are making here.
Yeah, great setting up play again. I mean, that's something you don't always associate Andy Cole with, setting up play. But once he got in there, once Scholes got in there, I would have fancied him for my life to have scored. There he is again. He's tried to read it too early. I mean, you know my theory about that. Stick somebody on the other post, and then the keeper doesn't have to start getting wrong-footed.
Embarrassing moment.
The keeper can focus on the job in hand.
Well, we've had 2 goals in the second half here, and they've had 2 goals in the second half in Munich 2, where it's now Bayern Munich 2, Longbeat 0. Mario Basler has got the second. Munich in control in their own stadium. If it stays this way, Munich will go to the head of the group tonight. But victory for Manchester United at Old Trafford in a fortnight's time will win the group for them. Big if. Plenty left in this match. Rivaldo. Curious thing about that is that there's very little difference between a draw and a defeat for Manchester United here tonight. They've just got to go for the win. Xavi. Saladis. Out to Figo. Rivaldo. Fancies his chances again, and Schmeichel just got palms on it, and it bounced pretty kindly for the Manchester United goalkeeper with Anderson coming in. Crackerjack from Rivaldo. And each side just look like scoring with every attack at the moment. Anderson. Back to Saladis. Xavi. Zenden. Rivaldo. It's Zenden. Oh, Gary Neville just managed to get a foot to it and slice it beyond Giovanni. It's come for a corner. What an escape though for Manchester United.
I bet Gary Neville couldn't do that again if he tried 1,000,000 times. Well, how he's managed to get the ball where he got it to from there, I don't know.
It's the old reverse sweep.
But the other thing, of course, what a difference a goal makes, because their body language was poor before Barca's when it was 2-1. Now they look as if they're really up for it.
Xavi. Saladas. Okanoa. Figo. Saladas has tiptoed in behind Manchester United. He's onside here. Figo with a cross. Giovanni's there, standing well. Gary Neville with a more conventional clearance this time. Barcelona being roared forward from the climbing banks of the Nou Camp Stadium. Rivaldo. Xavi. Back to Reisiger. Out to Saladas. Zenden. Xavi to Okanoa. Out to Saladas. Figo. Michael takes this time, but the match just continues. Beckham up towards Cole, won by Okanoa. Well, it may be that the dreams and ambitions of Europe's big clubs are fueled by the possibility of big bucks and big share prices, but whatever the motivation for a European league, it doesn't get much better than this. Offside. Anderson wouldn't have counted. Well, there are tonight's numbers. Hope you got lucky, and if you haven't, at least the consolation prize is here on your screens on ITV tonight. A fantastic football match.
Yeah, just about to say there, Clive, you know, as well, I bet points don't altogether matter. I say they matter, but when clubs of this magnitude play each other, the one good thing about it all is they're looking.
Beckham to Blomqvist. Just enough. Saladas.
It's their own pride to win a sort of game of this size. You know, I mean, wherever they are, Barcelona, Manchester United are one of the biggest games the world could ever have.
Sometimes when the big guns come together in sport, there's too much tension to produce a spectacle. When Manchester United and Barcelona come together, it's a guarantee written on the match ticket. Brown with the throw. This is York. Rivaldo. Look at that for a pass to Anderson. Holding off Stam. Has support from Figo. It's Sonny Anderson. Won't get round Stam that way. You need to build a new road to get round the outside of Stam when he's ushering you towards the touchline. Rivaldo testing out Schmeichel again a few moments ago. Cole takes the corner. Good breakdown in communications between the two. The match encountering some turbulence. The seatbelt signs are on. Stam with a big tackle on Anderson. Still 25 minutes of the epic to go. Beckham. And Hess falling backwards. He's able to grab the ball. He ups down his fellow countryman. That'll make it awkward for him. Now racing back as Zenden sets up a Barcelona attack, which inevitably involves this man, Rivaldo. Quite sure who the favourite is for European Football of the Year. They vote at the end of the calendar year. Rivaldo must be a contender. He had a good World Cup. Scholes to York. That's Lundqvist to his left. Andy Cole to his right. Dwight York going on. Now Jesper Lundqvist. David Beckham has got him in the attack too. Header away. It's by Okanowo.
That's been his most disappointing feature tonight, Lundqvist. He hasn't really produced too many Italian balls from good positions.
Dennis Irwin with a chance to cross. Little long for Dwight York. Look at the control from Giovanni inside his own penalty area. Catching on the chest, turns, feet sending. Rivaldo. And Paul Scholes has got back to make the challenge.
Talking about controlling the penalty, about Schmeichel there.
Sonny Anderson scored for Barcelona in the first minute. Dwight York equalised after 25. Andy Cole gave Manchester United the lead early in the second half. It lasted just 4 minutes. Rivaldo swinging free kick outfoxed Peter Schmeichel. It's 2-2. 2-0 Bayern Munich lead against Brøndby in Munich. We'll keep you in the dark about Arsenal. We have extensive highlights of their match with Lens on ITV at 10:55 this evening. Xavi into Zenden. Clever little backflip. Rivaldo straining to reach it. It's Wes Brown who does. What a night it's been for teenage Manchester United fullback. What an experience. Keane. York on towards Cole. He's found York again. Cole was dragged down by Reisiger, but Manchester United are not dragged down. It's Beckham to York. Ha! Just hit the back stanchion. Corner kick. Must have been a save there, wasn't it?
Yes, Gibbs made a little left-handed save there. I don't think Yorkie's header was going on top. That's a lovely little ball into it right area. York just can't get enough on it. It might have been going in. That's quite a good agile save, but a super break by United again.
Still a quarter of the match remaining. It's 2-2. Beckham with the corner. Turned away by Figo. Scholes into Keane. Now Beckham once more. York attacking the near post. He's got it right this time, all right. Manchester United are back in front. And it's Dwight York again. David Beckham with a swinging cross on the right-hand side. York's insatiable appetite for goals has given Manchester United the advantage again. 3-2 in the Nou Camp. That's a dozen for the season for Dwight York.
And this is the hallmark, isn't it? A little ball laid into Beckham's run. Beckham, we all know he's just going to curl that one in. Yorkie leaves the defender, attacks the near post, acres of space to run into. He doesn't need any encouragement, just gets in front of the keeper.
And in this action-adventure epic between Barcelona and Manchester United, it's United by 6-5 on aggregate, with another 20-odd minutes to run.
I tell you what, it's been lovely as well, just thinking there, Yorkie, as a striker. As soon as Beckham pulls his foot back, he's a fair idea what area he's going to hit. He puts that lovely little curl on his crosses.
Beckham trying to delay the pass for Cole, who'd made the peeling run away to his right. This is Wes Brown. Beckham didn't see Giovanni coming. Xavi. Giovanni. Foul by Stamp. Climate watches on. Ineligible. Rivaldo turns Stamp. Got in his shot again. You can't believe the scoring is over, can you?
I'm not sure it is yet. Because, I mean, the one thing about it, if you look on the field, there's an abundance of attacking skills all over the field. I'm not so sure you could level that against the defenders.
Minutes remain. Giovanni. Gary Neville with a sharp challenge. David Beckham. Oh, somebody's played them all on. It's Okanowo. He's found. It's Cole to York. Oh, he's offside. Oh, wow. That was a tight decision. Dwight York would be kicking himself if he did get it wrong.
But I bet Andy Cole and Dwight York can't believe they could come to... Just going to say, let's have a look. It's marginal. It is marginal. And supposedly isn't the advantage supposed to go with the attacker if there's a doubt?
Zender. Crossed in. Rivaldo for once couldn't quite control the ball.
I bet the two front players, Cole and York, can't believe the amount of space they can have on a big stadium like this to play in. There it is again, that lovely little curling ball, near post run, pick that out, intercepts the goalkeeper, pick that one out.
There's a missile thrown at Schmeichel as he was taking that goal kick. York celebrating, Schmeichel just taking a goal kick, and then something came from the Barcelona fans behind him as he took it. He does enjoy himself, Dwight York, at this level. He's really taken the big-time football with Manchester United in the Champions League. Figo. Rivaldo is there. So too is Jaap Stam.
There's a big head of that. But that's the point I'm making about it. They do allow, United aren't allowing too many crosses to come in against them.
Giovanni. Salades. Xavi. Rivaldo. Rivaldo feels having beaten Schmeichel with the free kick earlier. He can change his arm whenever he likes. Never tire of seeing Dwight York scoring goals at the moment. He had his first full season in Europe last year when Aston Villa reached the UEFA quarter-finals, lost actually in Spain to Atletico Madrid. This is season number 2. It's a fully fledged Europhile. Brown with a nicely timed challenge. This is Beckham. Xavi. Rivaldo. Sergi. It's in towards Rivaldo. Oh, he's done it again! It's 3-3, just as it was at Old Trafford in September. And Rivaldo, with a chest and an overhead, where a simple header would have done, has got his second of the night, Barcelona's third, and where is all this going to end? Sumptuous stuff.
And talking of where, have a look at this for defending. It's two players here. In fact, I thought at first Rivaldo was going to head it back out. I mean, that's consummate skill there. I mean, he's pulled it down, but your centre halves have got picked off too easy there. I mean, the warning sign should go up. If a world-class player steps into your 6-yard box, I think you're entitled to sort of pay a lot more attention to him than that.
He is a world-class player, though. That's for sure. Cross drop between Stam and Neville, and Rivaldo improvised.
Yeah, but it's a starting position, Clive. Once the players receive the ball, they're going to have it all on to take it off him. But starting position's wrong. I mean, Stam for me has got picked up far too easy on the cross. He's got attracted when Sergi's coming in on the right-hand side. I think Stam's got attracted to the ball instead of focusing on who's appearing in the penalty box.
Rivaldo.
And as you say, just when you think one side's going to get a runaway victory, it swings again.
Sended with a deep cross, and they run all the way through to Luis Figo. Albert Salades. Xavi. Sergi. Little flick from Giovanni. Keenness there. Manchester United trailed for 25 minutes of the first half. Sonny Anderson in the first minute equalised by Dwight York, but twice in this second half they've led. Andy Cole, Rivaldo equalised within 4 minutes, and then Dwight York, Rivaldo equalised within 5 minutes.
Just to hark on a point again, they've allowed him to push inside Sergi. There's a great player there, Guardiola.
Guardiola's been out injured for a year now.
In fact, looking at the boy, number 26 there, Xavi, he looks a first-class replacement for him.
Rivaldo, hat-trick hunting. Struck that well, cracked it against the crossbar. Oh, he's unstoppable at the moment, this man. Rivaldo.
I think you got your message about the European Player of the Year. All of a sudden, since then, he's He seemed to pull everything out of the bag. But that is a shot and a half. Peter Schmeichel's counting it 4-3. That is one big dig. Oh.
They're bowing in worship amongst the Barcelona fans to the skill of Rivaldo. Manchester United reeling at times in the face of it. Still 15 minutes to go. Neither side has been able to establish a clear lead. This is Figo. United got 2 up at Old Trafford, you may recall. They were never behind in that game. Anderson to Figo.
Tell you what, if I was Alex now, I would definitely pull Blomqvist off. I'd definitely replace him. At the moment, the game's going past him at the moment, and he's not making enough happen at the other. There it is, bang. That bar will be trembling for the next few weeks, I would guess.
Louis van Gaal looks on impassive. His job apparently on the line. York leaves it for Cole. They're trying to work their magic together again. Reisiger comes between them, sprints away with the ball. Giovanni. Now Zenden. Giovanni. It's Xavi. It's pretty adjacent. Okay.
Yeah, the pendulum swung the whole way again. And yet, you know that York and Cole only needs one little bit of inspiration, one little bit of space, one quality ball, and it goes United's way. But at the moment, Barcelona are turning the screw again.
That's dangerous though from Sergi. Okanowo has to do the right thing, get some help. Or was it help from Reisiger? Sergi to Xavi. Saladis. Body checked by Blomqvist, who is looking tired.
Even if at this stage it was to put Philip Neville on in that position, who's played there quite a bit anyway, he's played in midfield, and to give Neville some help. Sorry, Irwin some help.
Ball against Scholes.
Blomqvist has spent most of the second half trying to double bank Irwin.
Rivaldo. Giovanni has turned Gary Neville. It's Giovanni. Might still come for Zenden. Brown saw to it that it didn't. Rather close strike though. Rivaldo will take the corner. Figo. And Dwight York, the acting right back, conceded the corner kick. How much more of this can Manchester United take? Rivaldo. Towards Sonny Anderson, headed away by Brown. It's Xavi. Back to Zenden. Enough white-shirted bodies between him and the goal. David Beckham trying to break. Got back from it though by Michael Reisiger. Rivaldo. Tried to slip it between the legs of Scholes. Got a lucky bounce. Xavi. Keane in well. Saladis held him up. Keane jabbed it back to Scholes. Chance of a counter-attack. Yes, for Blomqvist. Looking first time for Andy Cole. Good control too from Andy Cole, but Sergi came across. Corner kick now to Manchester United. If it's not one goal that's in peril, it's the other. This was Giovanni at the other end a moment ago. And in the blink of an eye, it's Andy Cole who almost has an opportunity for Manchester United. Wonderfully fluid game. Beckham, in towards Keane, if anything, he took it away from York. It's come now for Blomqvist, and that's a poor cross. It was deflected, it's a corner, I beg his pardon. Nicky Butt is being ready. David Beckham is preparing to take a corner for Manchester United. I think that's going to happen before the substitution. to Blomqvist. Beckham. It's Cole! That was a good chance too.
Yeah, that was an opportunity. All right, it was a little bit behind Andy Cole, but that was certainly an opportunity.
Nicky Butt for David Beckham is the substitution. Nicky Butt, who of course is on the field barely 15 minutes at Old Trafford in September against Barcelona. He came on as a substitute and was sent off for the handball, which led to one of the 2 Barcelona penalties that night. Played here as a 19-year-old in the big defeat in '94. Cole with a good turn. Trying to coax it into Nicky Butt. His first touch almost sets something up. It has won a corner from Sergi. England last week for Nicky Butt, Manchester United substitute this week. Nothing much he can do to influence it now. It's a game which has been caught up in its own drama. A runaway match. Blomqvist with a corner. Wes Brown putting Ruud Hesp under pressure and fouling it.
Just get the impression, don't you, that if either manager said defend, defend, both teams would have completely forgotten about it and gone out and had a go. I mean, you can't really expect any of the Barcelona front six to defend.
Phrase is not heard in the new camp tonight. Shut up shop. And in fairness to Louis van Gaal, who has a reputation amongst some for being rather cold and aloof, amongst others for being a brilliant coach, he is an attack-minded coach. He sends teams out to win games. Wes Brown, Paul Scholes, Dwight York, Roy Keane, Nicky Butt, who just played like for like with David Beckham on the right-hand side. Andy Cole, dispossessed by Michael Reisinger. Sergi. Zenden. Barcelona on the charge again. Zenden taking on Keane, who charged down his cross.
He's had a better second half, Roy Keane. I thought first half got caught in possession an awful lot, but he's looking more like himself this game.
Giovanni. Saladis. Xavi. This is Saladis. He's played it beautifully inside Irwin for Luis Figo. And Gary Neville was the sentry on duty at the near post. Saladis with a cross. Rivaldo is there, away by Stam. Cleared by Scholes. York can't control. Xavi to Giovanni. Rivaldo, little back heel. It's Giovanni. Terrific save by Schmeichel. Wonderful burst from his line by Peter Schmeichel. And Giovanni had suddenly nothing to aim at. Corner kick to Barcelona. 6 minutes remaining. 3-3. Figo takes and it's gone out of play. Well, we're all going through that at the moment. But in actual fact, for Manchester United, the difference in terms of trying to win this group between drawing this match as they are at the moment and maybe losing it is negligible. It's a victory tonight which would set them up for needing just 1 point in their final match against Bayern Munich. A draw or a defeat and they will just have to beat Bayern Munich.
You know what, Clive, if you thought that game at Old Trafford was a cracker earlier on in the season, this has been one of the best games you've ever seen, isn't it?
Spellbinding stuff.
Particularly if you're a neutral.
Well, nobody in England is a neutral as far as Manchester United are concerned. Half the country, it seems, supports them, while the other half of the country actively doesn't. So one way or another, I'm sure you are all engrossed by this one here this evening. Louis van Gaal, 3 trophies in his first season in charge here, including Barcelona's first League and Cup double for nearly 40 years, and his job's under pressure. Scholes. But Sergi's header. Zenden under pressure from Brown. Throwing on Barcelona's way. Linesman on the near side wasn't sure if that's a free kick given. Figo. Barcelona simply have to win here tonight if they're to retain any chance. It's a foul though by Figo and no. Just as well, eh? Cole has found York. This is Blomqvist. Is there staying in the table? The Champions League has been awash with late goals so far this season. Already 20 goals have been scored in the closing 5 minutes of games in the first 4 rounds. That's 48 matches. Nearly half of them have had a goal in the last 5 minutes on average. We're inside the last 5 here. It's Anderson. It's deflected off Stamp. It's a corner. Rivaldo will take the corner. Headed away by Keane. Hit by Xavi. Trying to clip it on the half volley and sliced it.
But as something that I've seen in a number of United games, crosses, they certainly don't fend them away well enough. I mean, all right, he's under pressure there, but he's only reached virtually just outside the box, where a good old-fashioned header clears it behind the people there and you can push out quickly.
Just to confirm, a final score now in the Olympic Stadium Munich tonight in this group. Bayern Munich 2, Brøndby 0. Now this incredible match here remains 3-3. And Bayern Munich will go to the head of the group tonight. But Manchester United can win the group if they beat them in a fortnight's time at Old Trafford. Do get in that night. Sergi. Into Giovanni. Keane trying to run it out of play. It is a goal kick. Barcelona's 300th match in Europe. No club has appeared in more European finals, 5 in the last 10 years alone. Victorious in all the 3 European competitions. But a draw will not be enough for them tonight. Cole has been penalised for the foul on Sergi. For the 2nd year running, it will be a Champions League flop for Louis van Gaal. They are literally fighting for their Champions League lives here. Rivaldo. In towards Anderson, who started it all in the very first minute. Figo. Now Xavi. Zenden. Cross was partly deflected by Brown and tied it up in front of Schmeichel by Keane. Corner kick. Rivaldo. Dwight York doing the defending and a goal kick's been given.
I must confess I thought the referee was stitched on to give a foul there. Don't think he was, I just thought it was a brave decision.
Dennis Irwin. Blomqvist. Now punt. Keane. York. Brown. It'll reach Dwight York. He's got in behind Okanoa. Only Cole in the box for now. York seems to have settled for the 3-3. Just a reminder, the 6 group winners all qualified by right, and then the 2 best second-place teams also go through to the quarterfinals. Before tonight, 3 second-place teams were on 7 points. Bayern in this group, Olympiacos, who were level with the leaders Ajax in Group A, and then the Inter and Spartak Moscow tucked in behind Real Madrid in Group C. You think that 2 of the best runners up are going to come from those 3 groups, including this one. But Barcelona cannot be one of them unless they win this game. Andy Cole for Manchester United, stoppage time. It's been a brilliant evening. Is there a brilliant conclusion? Oh, Reiser just managed to clip it away from Dwight York. Nicky Butters chased it down. Reiser runs across him. It's a goal kick.
Tell you what has seemed to have happened since Beckham went off, you know. Beckham was the one that fed the 2 front players. He's the one that I think they bounced off, and they've had the supply cut a little bit since then.
Manchester United did let Juventus off the hook, you remember, in the last group game last year, and almost lived to regret it. They didn't look like they're going to let Barcelona off the hook tonight. Oh, it came off the heel of Jaap Stam and fell for Rivaldo, the last man in the stadium that Manchester United want it to fall to. He's got in across too, and Figo is trying to get to it, and Dennis Owen just wouldn't let him. Another wonderful teasing cross from Rivaldo. York. Blomqvist is breaking down the left-hand side. He's onside. Cole and York are in the centre. Jesper Blomqvist for Manchester United. Oh, he's found a way through to Andy Cole. Oh, saved by the leg of Hess. Scholes though to Blomqvist. Crossed in again. Dwight York is there. It's Nicky Butt. Didn't begin to get hold of it.
Great irony for Cole was the ball wouldn't come through quick enough to him. Just wouldn't roll quick enough so he could snap at it.
Free kick to Barcelona.
Still a great chance, although it was a fine save from the Barcelona keeper.
Luis Figo. No flag, it's Solaris. Oh, stabbed on it, a challenge somehow, the near post. What a finish. What a match.
Well, it'd be great if the guy comes up with his electric light and puts 15 minutes on one. Look at this. I mean, this is spill a minute now, isn't it?
It's Luis Figo for Barcelona. Clipped into Solaris. Charged down there by Nicky Butt. Scholes gets it clear. Upfield towards Andy Cole, just beaten to it by Sergi. Barcelona's hopes hanging by a thread here. Sergi crosses. Brown heads, hits Stam. There was a free kick awarded against Giovanni. In the short history of the Champions League, only 3 teams have previously qualified for 3 successive quarter-finals. Dortmund, Juventus and Ajax, 3 of the last 4 winners of the competition. The odds were against Manchester United after this season's draw. They started tonight as Ladbrokes favourites to win the competition. They're still in the competition as Barcelona go out. 3-3 at Old Trafford in September. 3-3 here again tonight. We will never forget these matches. But the bottom line for Manchester United to win this group is that they must go back to Old Trafford in a fortnight's time.